Hey there, recovery fam! Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. Hope you're doing well and staying safe and warm. If you are new to the community, please hit that big red support button down there and that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos or streams. Welcome home to Scott's Thoughts. So, I'm bringing you another reading from the Just for Today book. It's part of the NA literature. It gives you something every day to think about, meditate on, work towards, strive throughout your day for. It's been a very beneficial part of my my daily living and my road in recovery. So today's reading is for February 25th, and the reading is called Sick as Our Secrets. And there's always a little reading before the reading, and little reading today says, "It would be tragic to write out an inventory only to shove it in a drawer. These defects grow in the dark and die in the light of exposure." And that's from the basic text from the page 32 of the Blue Book of Narcotics Anonymous. And the reading for today is, "How many times have we heard it said that we're only sick as our secrets? While many members choose not to use the meetings to share their intimate details of their lives, it's important that we each discover what works best for us. What about those behaviors we have carried into our recovery that, if discovered, would cause us shame? How much are we comfortable disclosing? To whom? If we are uncomfortable sharing some details of our lives in meetings, to whom do we turn? We have found these answers to the questions in sponsorship. Although our relationship with a sponsor takes time to build, it is important that we come to trust our sponsor enough to be completely honest. Our defects only have the power as long as they stay hidden. If I want to be free of those defects, we must uncover them. Secrets are only secrets until we share them with another human being." And there's always a Just for Today. And today's Just for Today is, "Just for today, I will uncover my secrets. I will practice being honest with my sponsor." And so yeah, I know today that I am only sick as my secrets. And it was the stuff in my life that I told myself and that I would never disclose, never talk about, never uncover, never know any of that stuff, and today I know those are the things that I need to talk about, and it does take time to build that relationship or partnership or friendship with your sponsor. I do have a great sponsor. It is built on friendship. I've had really awesome sponsors, and I've had really crappy sponsors. So also I've learned when it comes to sponsors is I used to just grab on to the first person I ran into, and sometimes that's not always the greatest thing to do. It is good to shop around, go to lots of meetings, find someone who has more of what you want, or someone you can identify with and stuff like that, and utilize those people. Like I have lots of sponsors. I have my sponsor, and then I have my spiritual advisor, and then I have like a service sponsor and stuff like that too, right? So there's a lot of different aspects when it comes to sponsorship as well. I just have so many people in recovery that I can confide in as well. I can just pick up the phone or catch up with them at a meeting or something like that. And sometimes there's lots of stuff that I ought not actually just talk about in a meeting that it would be best to talk about some of that life stuff with the sponsor as well. Sponsorship is a huge factor when it comes to recovery. Having someone you can confide in and put your trust in, and be able to unload some of that stuff from your past with someone. And for me, in my experiences, it is with a sponsor. I'm a sponsor. I have a sponsee, and it's good to be able to know that. For me, I learn so much more from my sponsee sometimes. People have experiences, and my experience hasn't been going in and out of recovery, I've had relapses without having to pick up a substance or a drink. I've had mental relapses, spiritual relapses, physical relapses, but I've never had to pick up. But you know, a spiritual death is worse than a physical death, right? So, man, so yeah, making sure that I'm always not bottling all those feelings and stuff up and stuff like that, and talking about my life stuff with someone else in my life, that makes so much more different when I'm sharing that with another person, and I'm not holding it in. I am able to communicate and use my words today to be able to communicate in a healthy manner today. So you know, when I'm feeling crappy, when I'm going through my life stuff and stuff like that, and I'm not talking or I'm not communicating with people in my life, then I'm gonna struggle, you know. And that's why I think having people in my life is important too, because I know better today. I know that if I'm not talking, communicating with people today, then I'm gonna struggle, you know. Life's gonna get hard and rough, and I'm gonna feel overwhelmed and full of anxiety and depression again and stuff like that. But I know as soon as I start communicating and reaching out and asking for that help, either from my higher power or from my sponsor, or sharing at meetings or confiding in other people in my life, so people know where I am up here in my brain, because people aren't mind readers. You know, and that's what I thought before. Just, you know what I wanted, and you know what I meant, and you know, people really don't, because they're not mind readers. So that's why communication is so important, and my words are so important today, that I'm doing my best to communicate in a healthy manner and talking about that life stuff with another person. So yeah, for me, I know I am only sick as my secrets. You know, so when I'm disclosing those secrets or my life stuff with another person, and we're having that back and forth, I share, you feel, I feel, kind of like empathy kind of aspect of the program, because I'm a bit of an empath myself. So you know, so I'm more apt to feel someone else's distress or pain or anxiety and stuff like that if I'm in the same vicinity as that person too, right? So I'm gonna pick up on that as well. So yeah, I have to make sure I'm communicating. I have to make sure that I'm not burying all that stuff and stuffing all that crap again, because that's when life does start feeling unmanageable again, and I feel like crap. So making sure that I'm communicating with people in my life so that people do know where I am up here makes a big difference in my daily living, and I feel a bit more sane-ish. You know, I feel more sane, I feel more grounded, I feel more centered. I'm definitely feeling more spiritual and grateful. You know, when I'm not practicing the principles of recovery in my life, I'm discontented. You know, I'm not content. And when I'm practicing the principles and sharing and doing my best to give this away to be able to keep it, then I'm gonna feel like I'm being a part of the solution, not part of the problem. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you are new to the community, please hit that big red support button down there and that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos or streams. And I'll see you all again very soon. Lots of love, and have a wonderful day.